Good morning, students. Say your prayer. Thank you. நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். Okay, students. So take your social science book and take page number 100. So today we will move to the next topic, BAHMANI kingdom. So in our previous class we discussed about the Vijayanagar kingdom, so which established in South India. So now the BAHMANI kingdom, so which ruled the Deccan region, that is the central part of India. So during the Tughlaq dynasty rule, so some sultans, so some rulers declared their independence during the period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay, so because of his repressive measures, so some declared their independence. So some governors declared their independence. So important among them was the BAHMANI kingdom and Vijayanagar kingdom. So today's class we discuss about the rulers of BAHMANI kingdom and the important rulers, and also the state administrative of the BAHMANI kingdom. Okay, ma? So recall what we discussed in our previous class. So in our previous class we discussed about the Vijayanagar administration. So first the state. So kingship was hereditary based on the principle of primogeniture. Then we discussed about the structure of governance. So the empire was divided into different mandalam, that is provinces, and mandalam to nadus, that is districts, then nadu to stalas, that is taluk, and finally into gramas. So we have discussed this. Then we discussed about the army. So it consists of infantry, cavalry, then elephantry corps. So the Vijayanagar army, so it was modernized one. So they began to use firearms. Then the economic condition. So economically, so Vijayanagar empire was very strong. So our foreign travelers, so several foreign travelers who visited the empire during 15th and 16th century left behind the account of Vijayanagar empire, so economic condition of Vijayanagar empire. Then the emperor issued a large number of gold coins called as varakas. So we have discussed that also. Then agriculture. So Vijayanagar rulers gave importance to agriculture, because the main region of the empire is concentrated in the river regions, like the Tungabhadra river, the Krishna Godavari river delta. So the main region is in that region only. So Krishna, Godavari, then Tungabhadra. So naturally the rulers of Vijayanagar empire were the strong supporter of agriculture. Then we discussed about cottage industry, then trade. So Vijayanagar had trade contact with Persia, South Africa, Portugal, Arabia, etc. Then finally contribution to literature and architecture. So Krishna Deva Raja, so famous king, so who belongs to Tuluva dynasty, wrote the greatest epic of Telugu, Amagdha Malyada. Then apart from that, Tenali Ramakrishna, so he authored Panduranga Mahatyam, and scholars like Srinatha, Bhattanna, Jakkamma and Dukkanna, so they translated Sanskrit and Prakrit works into Telugu. Then in the field of architecture, so they gave importance to architecture also. So they have a structure, they have a style. So they produce a new style called as Vijayanagara style. So their structure have a mandapam with a raised platform, so which is generally meant for seating the deity on special occasions. And also the temples also have marriage hall with elaborately carved pillars. So we have discussed these things. So Vijayanagara administration, so state, then structure of governance, economic condition, agriculture, cottage industries, trade, contribution to literature and architecture. So today's class we will move to BAHMANI kingdom, so which ruled Maharashtra and northern part of Karnataka. So BAHMANI kingdom, so foundation and consolidation of the BAHMANI kingdom. So consolidation means action of making stronger. So action of making stronger. So foundation and making strong of BAHMANI kingdom. Alauddin Hasan, also known as Hasan Gangu. So Alauddin Hasan, also known as Hasan Gangu, seized Dawlatabad and declared himself Sultan under the title of Bahman Shah in 1347. Yes, Alauddin Hasan, who was known as Hasan Gangu, he captured Daulatabad and declared himself as Sultan under the title of Bahman Shah in 1347. In his effort, this Turkish officer of Daulatabad, that's Devagiri. So can you remember this name, Devagiri? Yeah, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Yeah, so who wanted to establish it as his capital. So in his effort, this Turkish officer of Daulatabad was supported by other military leaders in a rebellion against the Sultan of Delhi, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So in his effort, that is Bahman Shah's effort of capturing Daulatabad was supported by other military leaders in rebellion against the Sultan of Delhi, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. In 2 years, Alauddin Hasan Bahman Shah shifted his capital to Gulbarga. So within 2 years, Alauddin Hasan Bahman Shah shifted his capital to Gulbarga. So from Daulatabad, he shifted his capital to Gulbarga. His successors found it difficult to organize a stable kingdom even around Gulbarga. So the successors of Alauddin Hasan Bahman Shah found it difficult to organize a stable kingdom around Gulbarga. So the capital was again shifted to Bidar in 1429. So the capital was again shifted to Bidar in 1429. So there were 18 monarchs of the Bahmani dynasty. So there were totally 18 monarchs. So 18 rulers ruled the Bahmani dynasty. Alauddin Hasan Bahman Shah. Alauddin Hasan ruled for 11 years. So Alauddin Hasan, who seized Daulabad and declared himself as the Sultan, ruled for 11 years. His attempt to exact an annual tribute. So his attempt to exact means to collect an annual tribute. So tribute, amount paid to the king by the subordinate kings. So the amount paid to the king, so the amount paid to the government, so by the lower officers, by the people. His attempt to collect an annual tribute, so like taxes, so from the state of Warangal and the Reddy kingdoms of Rajamundri and Kondavidu led to frequent wars. So Alauddin Hasan ruled for 11 years. He tried to collect taxes. He tried to collect taxes from the annual tribute from the state of Warangal and the Reddy kingdoms of Rajamundri and Kondavidu, which led to frequent wars. So Alauddin Bahman Shah divided the kingdom into 4 territorial divisions called Taraf. So Alauddin Bahman Shah divided his kingdom into 4 territorial divisions called as Taraf. A governor was appointed for each province. So for each Taraf there was a governor. He commanded an army, was solely responsible for its administration and for the collection of the revenue. So he commanded an army which was fully responsible for its administration and for the collection of the revenue. So the system worked well under a powerful king. So his system worked well when there is a powerful king, but its dangers became known during the reign of a weak ruler. So the system did not work well when there is a weak ruler. Muhammad Shah I. So Muhammad Shah I succeeded Bahman Shah. So he waged 2 wars with Vijayanagar but could not gain anything. So Muhammad Shah I succeeded Bahman Shah. So he involved 2 wars with the Vijayanagar Empire, but he didn't succeed in his effort. But his attack on Warangal in 1363 earned him a large property and wealth. So Muhammad Shah I attack on Warangal in 1363 earned him a large property and wealth, including the important fortress of Golconda and his treasured turquoise throne, which thereafter became the throne of the Bahmani kings. So in 1363, he attacked Warangal and earned a large property and wealth, so which include the important fortress of Golconda. He captured Golconda fort and his treasured turquoise throne. So turquoise throne, it is a semi-precious stone which is sky blue in color. So turquoise is a semi-precious stone, sky blue in color. So turquoise throne is one of the bejeweled royal seats of Persian king described in Firdausi Shah Nama. So it is a seat of the throne, so where the king used to sit. So this turquoise throne became the throne of Bahmani kings. Muhammad Shah I laid a solid foundation for the kingdom. So his system of government continued even after the Bahmani kingdom disintegrated into 5 sultanates. So Muhammad Shah laid a solid foundation, so strong foundation for the kingdom. His system of government continued even after the Bahmani kingdom disintegrated into 5 sultanates. He built 2 mosques at Gulbarga. So he built 2 mosques. So Muhammad Shah I built 2 mosques at Gulbarga. One, the great mosque, completed in 1367, measures 216 by 16 feet and has a roofed courtyard. So one of the great mosque in Gulbarga, so which was completed in the year 1367, measures a length of 216 by 16 feet and has a roofed courtyard. A large number of Arabs, Turks and notably Persians began to immigrate. So immigrate means, so those who are coming from foreign country to a native country, to our country. So persons coming from outside, so they were called as immigrate. So a large number of Arabs, Turks and notably Persians began to immigrate to the Deccan, and many of them at the invitation of Sultan Muhammad I, and there they had a strong influence on the development of Muslim culture during subsequent generation. So because of the invitations from Sultan Muhammad I, so many people, so notably Arabs, Turks and Persians, so they came to the Deccan region, and they had a strong influence on the development of Muslim culture during the subsequent generation, during the upcoming, so during the next generations. So the Golconda Fort, so which was captured by Muhammad Shah after defeating the Warangal rulers. So the Golconda Fort is located about 11 kilometers from Hyderabad on a hill 120 meters height. So the Golconda Fort is located about 11 kilometers from Hyderabad on a hill 120 meters height. So the fort is popular for its acoustic architecture, for its sound architecture. So the sound skill. The highest point of the fort is Bala Hisar. So the highest point of the fort is Bala Hisar. It is believed that there is a secret underground tunnel which leads from the Darbar Hall to one of the places at the foot of the hills. So it is believed that there is a secret underground tunnel which leads from the Darbar Hall to one of the palaces at the foot of the hills. So successors of Muhammad Shah I. Mujahid, the son of Muhammad Shah, ascended the throne. So Mujahid, the son of Muhammad Shah, ascended the throne. However, on his return to Gulbarga from the expedition against the Vijayanagar, he was assassinated. So assassinated means, so he was killed, he was murdered, and the nephew of the conspirator. So conspirator, a member of a group of people who are planning to do something illegally. So Mujahid, so after returning to Gulbarga from Vijayanagar, was murdered, and the nephew of the conspirator, Dawood, the uncle of Muhammad, was enthroned in 1378 as Muhammad II. So Dawood, the uncle of Muhammad, so who was the conspirator, so he was enthroned, so he became the ruler as Muhammad II in the year 1378. So Muhammad II's reign was peaceful, and the Sultan spent much of his time building his court as a center of culture and learning. So Muhammad II's period was peaceful, and the ruler and the Sultan spent much of his time building his court as a center of culture and learning. So there were constant war between the Bahmani and Vijayanagar rulers over the fertile Tungabhadra Krishna region. So there were constant war between the Bahmani and Vijayanagar rulers over the fertile Tungabhadra Krishna region. So the threat also came from the north, especially from the Malwa and Gujarat. So the threat also came from north. So for the Bahmani kingdom, so the threat came from Vijayanagar Empire and also from north, that is from Malwa and Gujarat. So the noteworthy ruler after 8.5 decades. So the noteworthy ruler of Bahmani kingdom after 8.5 decades, that is for 85 years. So after 85 years, that is from 1377 to 1463, was Muhammad III. So Muhammad III reigned for 19 years. So for most of these years, the lieutenant of the kingdom was Mahmud Gawan, the most notable personality of the time. So for most of the years of Muhammad III, the lieutenant of the kingdom so was Muhammad Gawan, the most notable personality of that time. Muhammad Gawan, A Persian by birth, Muhammad Gawan was well versed in Islamic theory, Persian and mathematics. So Muhammad Gawan, so he was a Persian, so he is from Persia. He was well versed in Islamic theory, Persian and mathematics. So he was also a poet and a prose writer. Muhammad Gawan was a poet and also a prose writer. The Bahmani king Alauddin Hasan Bahman Shah greatly impressed by his wisdom and military genius and recruited him. So the Bahmani king Alauddin Hasan Bahman Shah greatly impressed by his wisdom, by his knowledge and military genius and recruited him. He served with great distinction as the prime minister under Muhammad III and contributed extensively to the development of Bahmani kingdom. So Muhammad Gawan served with great distinction as the prime minister under Muhammad III and he contributed extensively to the development of Bahmani kingdom. So Bahmani kingdom was established by Alauddin Hasan Bahman Shah, Alauddin Hasan Gangu, who captured Daulabad and declared himself as the Sultan under the title Bahman Shah in the year 1347. He ruled for 11 years. So his attempt to collect tax, so annual tribute from the state of Warangal, then Reddy kingdoms, which led to frequent war. So after him, Muhammad Shah I captured the throne. Muhammad Shah I attacked Warangal and captured the important fortress of Golconda and his treasured Turkish throne. Then he was succeeded by Mujahid. But Mujahid, while returning to Gulbarga from Vijayanagar, was murdered and the nephew of the conspirator Dawood became the ruler. So Dawood was called as Muhammad II. So after Muhammad II, so there was no important ruler. So there was no noteworthy ruler. So nearly for 85 years. But later who came means it was Muhammad III. So Muhammad III reigned for 19 years. So most of the years the lieutenant of the kingdom was Muhammad Gawan. So the most notable personality of the time. So Muhammad Gawan was a Persian who was well versed in Islamic theory, Persian and mathematics. So Gawan was known for his military campaigns as well as administrative reforms. So Muhammad Gawan was known for his military campaigns as well as military reforms. He used Persian chemist to teach the Bahmani army about the preparation and the use of gunpowder. So Muhammad Gawan used the Persian chemist, to teach the Bahmani army about the preparation and the use of gunpowder. In his war against the Vijayanagar kings in Belgaum, he used gunpowder. So in his war against the Vijayanagar kings in Belgaum, he used gunpowder in order to tighten the administration and to curb, that is to limit or control the power of provincial governors who often functioned as the virtual kings. Gawan divided the existing 4 provinces of the Bahmani Sultanate into 8 provinces so as to limit the area under the rule of each governor and to make the provincial administration more manageable. So already we saw that Hasan Gangu divided his kingdom into 4 territorial divisions, so called as Taraf. So Gawan further divided the 4 provinces into 8 provinces. So because in order to limit the area under the rule of each governor and to make the administrative provinces more manageable, so more meaningful. Okay, ma? He also placed some districts in the provinces directly under the central administration. So he also placed some districts in the 8 provinces, in each provinces directly under the central control. Gawan sought to curtail. So curtail means reduce the military powers of the governor by allowing them to occupy only 1/4 in their territory. So Gawan sought. So he want to reduce the military powers. So Gawan sought to curtail, to reduce the military powers of the governors by allowing them to occupy only 1/4 in their territory. The Sultan kept the other forts under his direct control. So Gawan, in order to control the military powers of the governor, asked them to occupy only 1/4 in their territory. The remaining 4 were under the control of Sultan. The royal officers who were given land assignment as pay were made accountable to the Sultan for their income and expenditure. So the royal officers who were given land assignment as pay, as a tax, were made accountable to the Sultan for their income and expenditure. Then The administrative reforms introduced by Gavan improved the efficiency of the government. Yes, so the administrative reforms introduced by Gavan improved the efficiency of the government, but curtailed, but reduced the powers of the provincial chief who were mostly Deccani's. So already we know. So Gavan had divided the provinces into 8. So already there were 4 provinces. Bahmani kingdom was divided into 4 provinces. Further, Gavan divided them into 8 provinces. So each provinces there was a governor. So Gavan, through his administrative reforms, reduced the powers of the provincial chief who were mostly Deccanis. So the already existing rivalry among nobles such as Deccanis and Pradeses, that is foreigners, further intensified and conflicts broke out. Since now there are 8 provinces, so there were conflict between the Deccanis and Pradesis. So there were further conflict between the Deccanis and the Pradesis. So Gavan became a victim of this tussle for power. So Gavan became a victim for this tussle. So tussle means fight. So the Deccani nobles grew jealous of his success and considered Muhammad Gavan as an obstacle to their rise. So the Deccani nobles thought that Gavan was an obstacle. So obstacle means something that makes you to do difficultly. So some things that makes it difficult to do. So the Deccani nobles grew jealous of his success and considered him as an obstacle to their rise. They manipulated. So manipulated means handled in a skillful way. So by creating a letter to implicate Gavan in a conspiracy. So conspiracy means a secret planning to do something harmful or against law. So they handled in a skillful way by creating a letter to make Gavan to believe that he was doing against the Sultan. So they handled in a skillful way by creating a letter to Sultan that Gavan is doing a secret plan against the Sultan. Sultan, who himself was not happy with Gavan's dominance, ordered his execution. So Sultan, who was not happy with the dominant of Gavan, ordered his execution. So execution means ordered his murder. Decline of Bahmani kingdom. So Gavan's execution prompted several of the foreign nobles who were considered the backbone of the state to leave for their provinces. So Gavan's execution prompted, motivated, to make the several of the foreign nobles who were considered the backbone of the state to leave for their provinces. After Sultan Muhammad III's death, Mahmud or Shihabuddin Muhammad reigned as the Sultan until his death in 1518. So Gavan's execution prompted several of the foreign nobles who were considered the backbone of the state to leave for their provinces. So after Sultan Muhammad III's death, Mahmud or Shihabuddin Mahmud reigned as the Sultan until his death in 1518. His long rule is noted for the beginning of the process of disintegration. So Mahmud or Shihabuddin Mahmud rule is noted for the beginning of the process of disintegration. After him, 4 of his successors on the throne were kings only in name. After him, there were 4 successors. So they were just only in name. So during this period, the Sultanate gradually broke up into 5 independent Deccan kingdoms. So Bidar, Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Berar, and Golconda. So Bahmani kingdom, which was established by Alauddin Hasan Gango Bahmani, reached its highest stage during the period of Muhammad III with the help of his Prime Minister Muhammad Gavan. But after his death, the empire, so the process of the disintegration of empire begins. Then it was disintegrated into 5 independent Deccan kingdoms. So Bidar, Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Berar, and Golconda. So now the contribution of Bahmani sultans in the field of architecture and education. So architecture, so the contribution of Bahmani kings to architecture is evident in Gulbarga. So we can show the evidence for their architecture skill in Gulbarga. So archaeological excavations done in the site of the kingdom kingdom has helped to unearth palaces, halls of public audience, ambassadors' residence, arcs, domes, walls, and citadels. Yeah. So these finds are illustrative of their architectural skill. Yeah. So the contribution of Bahmani kings to architecture is evident in Gulbarga. Archaeological excavation, so done in the site of kingdom, has helped to unearth the palaces. So to unearth the palaces means, so palaces, so which was unearthed, which was under the earth. Yeah. Then halls of public audience, then ambassadors' residence. So ambassador, so those who are the representative of a foreign country. Then arches, domes. So domes means, so the interior roof of the mosque. Yeah, so domes, then walls, then citadels. Yeah. So these finds are illustrative of their architectural skill. A citadel means a fortress, typically one on high ground about a city. Yeah, so citadel is nothing but a fortress. Yeah, then education. The founder of the Bahmani kingdom, Alauddin Hasan Shah, was educated at Multan at the initiative of Jabir Khan, a general of Alauddin Khilji. Yeah, so the founder of the Bahmani kingdom, Alauddin Hasan Shah, he was educated at Multan at the initiative of Jabir Khan, who was general of Alauddin Khilji. On his accession, he took special care in founding a school to educate his son. Yes, on accession, yes, on capturing the throne, he took special care in founding a school to educate his sons. His son Muhammad I was a patron of learning. He opened institutions for the purpose of educating the children of noble families in the art of chivalry. So he opened institutions for the purpose of educating the children of noble families. Sultan Firoz, so the 8th Bahmani king, was a linguist and a poet. So Sultan Firoz, the 8th Bahmani king, was a linguist, that is, he known some languages, and he was a poet. Later, his successors founded schools in Gulbarga, Bidar, Daulatabad, and Gandhar. Boarding and lodging at the king's expenses were provided in these schools. So boarding and lodging, so staying, so in the schools were provided with the king's expenses. Muhammad Gawan's world famous madrasa in Bidar with a large library containing a collection of 3,000 manuscripts is illustrative of the importance given to scholarship and education by Gawan. So Muhammad Gawan's world famous madrasa in Bidar with a large library containing a collection of 3,000 manuscripts. So manuscript, so the oldest script in India. It is an illustrative example of the importance given to scholarship and education by Gawan. So the founder of the Bahmani kingdom, Alauddin Hasan Shah, was educated at Multan at the initiative of Jabir Khan, a general of Alauddin Khilji. On his accession, he took special care in founding a school to educate his sons. His son Muhammad I was a patron of learning. He opened institutions for the purpose of educating the children of noble families. Sultan Firoz, the 8th Bahmani king, was a linguist and he was a poet. So later his successors founded schools in Gulbarga, Bidar, Daulatabad, and Gandhar. So Muhammad Gawan's world famous madrasa in Bidar with a large library containing a collection of 3,000 manuscripts. Okay students, so today's class we completed about Bahmani kingdom. So already we discussed Vijayanagara kingdom, then the Bahmani kingdom. So the rulers, so the important rulers of Bahmani kingdom was Alauddin Hasan Gangu Bahmani. Okay, so who established the Bahmani kingdom in the year 1347. So he was succeeded by his son Muhammad Shah I. Then Muhammad Shah I was succeeded by Mujahid, but Mujahid was murdered and Dawud, so he captured the throne in the year 1378 as Muhammad II. So after Muhammad II, so there was no important rulers. So there is no noteworthy ruler. So nearly for 85 years. Then came Muhammad III. But Muhammad III was famous because of his lieutenant of the kingdom, Muhammad Gawan. So we discussed about the administrative reforms of Muhammad Gawan. But his administrative reforms was not liked by the Deccanis, so by the provincial chiefs. So they secretly create a plan and make believe Sultan that Gawan was planning secretly to capture throne. So Sultan, so who was not happy with the Gawan's dominance, ordered his execution. So we discussed that. This. Then after that we discussed about the decline of Bahmani kingdom. So during the later period, so Sultanate gradually broke up into 5 independent kingdoms such as Bidar, Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Berar and Golconda. Then we discussed about the contribution of Bahmani Sultan in architecture and education. So they gave importance to architecture and also for education. Okay, va? Okay students, so take your book. So take page number 103. So textbook reading. So read the heading Muhammad Gawan. So page number 103 and 104. So read it loudly. Yeah. Okay, so then homework. So take page number 107. Answer in 1 or 2 sentences. Fourth question. The 5 independent kingdoms of Deccan Sultanate. So take page number 104. Answer. So the decline of Bahmani kingdom heading is there now. In that last 2 lines. So 5 independent Deccan kingdoms: Bidar, Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Berar and Golconda. So this is the answer for fourth question. Yeah, so write it in your homework note and read it well. If you have any doubt in this lesson, so please contact me. So thank you students. Have a nice day.